oldest friends. Wait till you see Sean Stapleton. When I put Sean on the screen, you're not going to believe it. I'm talking gray beard, shaggy hair. This boy has been in serious lockdown. I mean, he looks like if he stood on the exit ramp with a cardboard sign, you dropped $10 in his pocket. I mean, seriously. Got Eric Miltsch, another one of my great friends. Do me a favor, everybody, share this broadcast. And before I get started, I'm going to do a little housekeeping. Here we go. I'm going to make sure, first of all, that this broadcast is public. That's very important that it goes public. I'm going to adjust it. Then I'm going to put it on a couple other social sites that I work with and put it in some of my private groups. So give me a second to do all the housekeeping. I'm doing it right now as we speak. Okay. Internet moving as fast as the internet moves. Okay. I'll keep a close watch on this heart of mine. Oh, Johnny Cash. Okay, here we go. All right, let's be sure we got this thing rolling. Here we go. Public. Come on now. Not happy with the way Facebook and the internet are moving today. Here we go. Got that working. Now, I'm going to share this broadcast on a couple of my sites. And if you're watching this broadcast and you're out there, please share this broadcast with all your friends and whatnot. Okay, sharing a group. Oh, I know exactly what groups I want to share it in. No, I don't want to share it to my bot. Okay, hang on. Share there. I keep a close watch on this heart of mine. Okay, one more. Okay, come on now. Sorry, guys, it's taking just a second. I know everybody's chomping at the bit to see the stars of the show, but let's get this thing rolling. I'll tell you what, the internet's moving kind of slow here in Braselton, Georgia. All right. Almost got it. Come on now. There we go. Come on. Done. Hi, folks. Jim Ziegler, the Alpha Dog. And as I said earlier, I've got my good friends, Sean Stapleton. Sean and I have been friends for probably 20 years, 25 years. I don't know. Look at that gray beard, would you? Oh, I'll tell you what, he looks like a Grizzly Adams from the old TV shows. Here's my other friend, Uncle Fester. No, it's Eric Miltsch. Hi, guys.
Hello, Jim.
What's up, buddy?
I'm having a great time. You're getting a little reverb over there, Eric. You got your volume turned up kind of high on your speakers, don't you? There you go.
How's that? A little bit better?
Oh, it is. I have been friends with Dealer Teamwork and Sean and Eric for years and years. We got some history. You probably saw the pictures on the collage I put up. Guy, what's been happening while you have been in lockdown? You've obviously been secluded. I'm looking at Eric. You can't really tell, but Sean, you certainly look like you've been put away wet and hung up dry.
Might have gained a couple pounds too. Been eating a lot of chips and trying to get through it and help our dealers.
You have porked up a bit, haven't you?
Fat, dumb, and happy is a great way to go through life.
Yeah, I'm not going to start calling you popping fresh, but oh my gosh, Eric looks like he's
great to see you.
Look at this! I've lost 50 pounds.
I know you look fantastic, Jim. You're a machine.
Got to get some new wardrobe. That's the new thing, So anyway, Dealer Teamwork. What have you been up to, Eric?
Well, you know what? In the last 8 weeks, and it's a little different for me. I've been working from home for the last 10 years anyway, so not much has changed except I just can't go out to eat. I got to eat more. I got to eat everything inside now. So that's the only major difference. But I got to tell you, we as a company, we're very fortunate, obviously. Incredible people, great leadership. But here's the thing. We're fortunate enough. We were able to keep all employees. We're healthy. Everybody's safe. That's what's most important. But even better, with everybody being apart, it's actually brought us closer, and we've been more productive. Better stuff, better quality. That's what we're excited about to show you, everybody today. It's crazy how this dynamic has worked. So we're very fortunate.
Okay, we've got a couple good friends coming on. Melissa Skinner. Do you guys know Melissa?
Oh yeah. Hi, Melissa.
Oh yeah. Okay. Who else is out there? Oh, you know this guy.
Alan
A.
Alan Mosher. Yeah. So anyway, we're starting to build up a little audience here. Got a couple people tuning in. So anyway, dealer teamwork. First of all, you're famous for automated advertising on websites. Is that
Yep.
every client I've referred to you is still with you. That's a testament.
The first one you ever asked us to try in the pilot days is still on. So that means a lot to us, and digital marketing is changing quickly. So we got to stay in front of it.
That's Chuck Urban at Tallahassee Dodge, right?
Yep. Yeah, exactly. Tallahassee Dodge.
Chuck is a great friend of mine. Ask him to tell you the bus driver story.
Okay.
I'm not going to tell the bus driver story here, but just ask Chuck to tell you the bus driver story. That's kind of interesting. Hey, Trish Kishore, good friend of mine.
Hey, Trish, how are you?
Yeah, Trish is she's with Preston Superstore in Burton, Ohio. Now get this. I went to Burton, Ohio, and I've never been around Amish people very much. It's an Amish community, and the buggies are everywhere. And absolutely incredible. The signs on the stop signs, the top says stop on the octagon, and the bottom says whoa. Yeah. Anyway, Trish is their internet genius. She makes the director look good. Oh no, this is wild. You're gonna like this. Jeffrey Schreier. You know Jeffrey?
Yep. Friends with him on Facebook.
Jeffrey and I have been around for a long time. And Omaha, Nebraska. He had a Ford dealership back in the 90s and the early 2000s. And I was consulting him, and he had a manager with a snow white afro. And I nicknamed the guy Q-Tip. And it stuck with him forever and ever and ever and ever.
My daughter goes to Nebraska, so next time she's got to get an alignment or something, maybe she'd swing on over and say hi.
Well, he's got a used car superstore now.
Okay.
I mean, Jeff has got one of the big indoor superstores. I mean, he is, Eric, that's right up your alley. Eric is the used car king of the used car kings. What was the name of your company, big guy?
The first one was Auction Direct USA. We
And
started that at just a little tiny store, could barely put one car in it. We blew that up into, we were 5 different states. Did a lot of great stuff back in the day.
And what was the second company?
The second one was Auto Outlets USA. The CEO loved to have the name USA in it, red, white, and blue, and it was just a great theme. But we took Auto Outlets USA and made a smaller version of Auction Direct and tried to do it more along the lines of a hub and spoke model in upstate New York. And again, John Iannone was the CEO there as well. He's just great leader, and he put together a nice model. But it's a great segment of the business, and obviously right now, especially, I don't know if you've heard Jim, but there are some dealers out there that are not taking, they're not even taking in trade-ins, because they can buy those, they can buy those cars even cheaper at the auction now. They don't even want trade-ins. It's a crazy dynamic out there.
Well, 3 months ago, you couldn't buy a car at the auction because Carvana was standing up there till their arms cramped,
Okay, look who just joined us, Jason Rice. Talk about a guy that's got his fingers on used car pricing. Lot Pop's one of the best tools out there. You know, if you haven't used it or you haven't experienced it, call Jason Rice, get a demo. I would not be doing used cars without his technology. Period. End of story.
Let me tell you something. Jason Rice at Lot Pops. I've been threatening to get him on a broadcast here anytime now. So yeah, we got to do that. Hey, we're starting to get a pretty respectable audience here. Yeah,
he's got a good. Unlike us, he's got a face for TV too. We got face for radio. He looks good on camera.
But Jim, I tell you, Jason has actually helped us. Even we started doing some real newer, cutting edge type of stuff with him, because we obviously, we see the value in what he's doing at, in that segment of the market, and to have access even to Jason's insight and Jason's platform with regards to just his philosophies, and you pair that with a really, really intelligent marketing program. Those are the two missing links, and Jason and I we've been trying to put our heads together on this for a while now. It's a great little tool.
Fantastic. Well, tell me, Sean, and I know the answer, by the way. What does Dealer Teamwork do? Before we get into a formal presentation on the updates, I don't want to do that quite yet. Let's get a bigger audience built up. But let's talk about, what do you guys do?
The most basic thing is we're a lead generator. So we take people's inventory files and we put it through our patented MPOP, which stands for Merchandising Personalization Optimization Platform. And it fills in all of the data blanks. It builds a landing page dynamically on the dealer's website. No microsite, no framing, nothing yucky. It optimizes the SEO, the SEM. It builds out all of the Google paid search. It builds out all of the Facebook.
Wait.
Yep.
It maximizes Google paid search. And what do you mean by that?
So we build 184 different ads for every piece of inventory, new piece of inventory. And it lets Google select the most relevant ads. So you type in Ford F-150 lease. You want to see that. You want to answer that question. So you want to see an ad that says the Ford F-150 lease is not, I'm good customer service, I'm family owned, I'm number one in the region. That's not relevant. If you type down Audi A5 offer, it should show you the actual offers on your A5 and then link that click directly to the dealer's website on a landing page that has exactly that inventory to the exact penny.
Okay, so it optimizes your Google search.
Yep.
Relevancy is really important. People looking for payments aren't going to get a price.
Correct.
Or they will get a price. But yeah. Eric, what is your interpretation of what Dealer Teamwork does?
Well, think of it like this. We were all dealers at one point, and we all tried to do this stuff by hand. And that was next to impossible to do. And by hand, I mean merchandising the vehicles on the website, putting those prices and payments into a paid ads, putting them into content so organically they show up, even social media. And then on top of that, email. How can anybody do that over and over, multiple times, consistently and accurately? And as dealers trying to do that, we knew you couldn't do that. You couldn't scale that. Not one person, not even 20. A dealership isn't equipped to hire that many people. So what we did was we solved all of those things, and we'll get into it later with more specific examples, but really simple. How are you going to do that by hand? You can't. So we just automated things that are, classic repetitive tasks. Take away those repetitive tasks, Jim, and what are you left with? Now you're left with being more productive and efficient inside the dealership, doing the things that you're supposed to be doing, whether it's, obviously selling cars or obviously just, preparing the cars, but how about just supporting the staff, supporting your customers, creating a better experience. That's where the time needs to be spent, not sitting there behind a computer, building ads or, just dealing with multiple vendors.
So you've got like 100 gazillion ads for each individual piece of merchandise on the dealer's website. Is that right?
Yep. We moneyball Google. We put lots and lots of ads out there. So depending on how you shop or Debbie shop, we've got a relevant answer. So whether it's buy, price, lease, savings, there's a good response for every one of them.
However the shopper is shopping, There's an ad for that, and it's relevant to Google. Well, wait a minute now. You guys can't really get to the top of Google because we got Carvana, we've got Car Gurus, we got Auto Trader, we got Cars.com is not really relevant anymore, but there's a couple others out there that are. How are you getting ahead of the lead stealers, providers?
First of all, good point. First of all, Google looks for where people are selling cars, their location, their proximity. So the problem why third-party lead providers made sense in the old days is because people didn't know how to do this. Now that we can give the same types of tools to a car dealer that an Auto Trader or Cars.com would use, we give the advantage to the dealer. So instead of paying somebody else to promote your cars, we give the technology and operate the technology for the dealers so their cars show up in the searches they want to, at the price they want, the location they want, the way they want.
Fantastic.
In the market
anyway,
well,
I have referred a number of dealers to you, and every dealer I know that is on your process is going to stay on you.
Yep.
I always judge a vendor by how long the dealers repeat business with that vendor. That means a lot to me. How long they stay with you. I've got most of my clients are 25, 30-year clients. I'm doing business right now with a second, third generation dealers of their grandfather that I started doing business with in 1980 something. How long they stay with you. And I don't have contracts with these people. We shake hands and that's it. Now, you and I have always had a deal, Sean, and I want you to honor it on this broadcast.
Okay.
Will you give the people on this broadcast a free analysis of their advertising and marketing, all of it?
Yes.
I'm talking about a free, in-depth analysis of their dealership's marketing. No obligation to buy anything from you.
Whether they do business with it or not doesn't matter. We'll give them the report. We'll send it to them. We'll answer their questions. If they never call us back again, God bless. But yes, of course.
Okay. If they call Eric or they call James Klaus, and is James Klaus manning the phones right now?
He is manning the phones. If you call his cell phone, he'll answer.
Okay, so he's right there right now. His number's scrolling across the bottom of the screen. And if you want a free, and I'm talking about free, no pressure, no obligation, no double talk, a real analysis. I mean, no attribution bullshit. I'm talking about what really works. How many vendors come in, they want to tell you about influence, attribution, and a whole ton of bullshit that is fake science. No, we're gonna talk about the real deal, how your advertising is really working, and we'll probably tell you ways to reduce your spend. Is that true?
Yeah, waste is a big issue right now. Dealers don't know where all their money's going. We want to show you exactly where we'd put it and why. And if the dealer doesn't sign off on it, we're not going to do it.
So you're prepared to not only give them a full analysis, but to give them a demo, no obligation.
Correct.
You'll put up or show up, right?
Yep.
Okay. Hey, James Klaus just came across the screen.
Great guy. James has been killing it. So, Jim, I know the world's starting to get back to normal and the demos are flowing in again, and it's awesome. And I'll tell you what we're really proud of, Jim, is we got an endorsement from you because of what you heard in the market. And then you referred some of your buddies over to us, and they stuck. And many of them, I think all of them, I got to go check, are still on. Some of them are 3 years now. Chuck Urban, I think, is probably our oldest, from you. That's 3 years. And his results are better than before. He's learned more. He's got great customer support. At the end of the day, we're very, very proud of our relationship, and we can never do anything that would hurt our referrals or our friends.
That's amazing. Chuck Urban is a dear friend of mine, and my God, if I had to say he spent $750,000 with me in the last couple of years, that probably would be a true statement. So don't screw with Chuck. When I refer somebody that's a good client like Chuck Urban, that is a trusting thing that I did with you. But if I didn't love and trust dealer teamwork, I never would have referred one of my best clients to you. Does that make sense? Yeah. Anyway, look at we got some great people on the sidebar here. You know that boy?
Hey, John. I saw Dave
John,
pop up from Waconia Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Great location. Happens to be the spot that I get my Jeep serviced and my daughter. Thank you for the great service, Dave.
Wow. Okay, look at this. James Klaus just said something here, just kind of funny. That profile picture he uses right there on the screen, that was him on stage at an internet battle plan. Probably we ended up, we did 25 of them before the cancer and the other things happened. But I think that was probably Internet Battle Plan 18.
We're in for the next one, Jim. Everyone we go to, we love to meet the people. We love the crowd you bring in. They're all decision makers. We always get great opportunities, and we have great relationships from your events.
I got to tell you, Internet Battle Plan was so unique, and I'm dying now that I'm well. And for those, while the audience builds, but for people that aren't aware of it, yesterday I got a clean bill of health. I'm still cancer free. They took the last tubes out of me yesterday, so for the first time I'm a whole man again without relying on feeding machines or any of that. I'm totally eating, bathing, and doing everything by myself. Debbie and my son Zach have been troopers. They really have. She's changed my dressings 3 times a day. Because, my surgery was the February 27th, and then I had another surgery on February 29th. I had 2 surgeries, and that was a 9-hour surgery with two surgeons operating simultaneously, upper and lower body, and they rearranged all my organs and cut out a bunch. So now for the first time, I've been diagnosed as cancer-free, at least for the time being. It could come back, but if it did come back, we're ready for it. I mean, it'll never be that big a deal because I'm having tests done every couple months. And if it did come back, we'd catch it in such an early stage, it would be, easily reconcilable. So I'm back.
Thank
the
God.
dog is back.
We were praying for you the whole time. And great job, Debbie. Thank you for taking care of the alpha dog the way you did. We love you.
Okay. We got some real good friends in the audience here. Oh, Jason Rice, Oh, hey, one of my favorite people, one of the best people in the car business. I'm talking about, you talk about Wonder Woman. I'm talking about Jennifer Briggs.
Hello, Jennifer. Good to see you.
Oh, Jennifer Briggs. I've got Ziegler's Angels. You remember Charlie's Angels? And that's Bobby Heron, Elise Kephart, and Jennifer Briggs, Ziegler's Angels.
That was awesome when they came down to see you right before that. That was really, really nice of all 3 of them.
They came down to see me just before the surgery, and we took them to an old Georgia flea market. Or a craft fair, not a flea market, craft fair. We had
those are great people, Jim, and they care. They got a heart of gold. Bobby and the team do a great job. Jennifer, Elise, these are really just good people. Whether we're talking cars, whether we're talking cards, kids, whatever. Those are just really good people, and they're fun to go out and have a cocktail with too.
Oh, I'll tell you a story. I got pulled over, and I had all four of the women in the car, Debbie and the 3 angels, and we left a restaurant, and of course I wasn't drinking because of the cancer, and so we left the restaurant, and all of a sudden here comes a local policeman lighting me up, and it's just at twilight. It's not dark, it's not daylight. It's just right that time, but it got dark real quick. I didn't turn my headlights on, and ordinarily. I've got a brand new Audi Q7. The headlights are automatic, but I'd been to the car wash and they turned them off. And I didn't know that my automatic headlights were turned off. So I'm driving down the street. I got enough light to see. And so Bobby Heron says, "I've never been handcuffed before."
Oh,
the policeman handcuffed her, and we got a photo of it. If you can imagine. Well,
I'm not going to touch that one because I'm going to call her later and I'm going to comment with her. But Bobby's one of the greatest people in the world. She does a great job. She's got a heart of gold. She's about one of the best people you could ever go and have a story with or an appetizer with or whatever. It's great to see her so happy and doing so well.
She is happy, and she has a boyfriend, as you know.
He's a total great guy.
And I told him, I said, Bobby's one of my girls. I always have a pistol on my person. Whenever you are in my house is 6,300 square feet. You are never more than 10 feet away from a loaded firearm. Firearms aren't to keep bad people out, or to keep them. They're there so they'll stay. I found out shot criminals commit less crimes.
I subscribe to that same thing, and if you were in my house, we could do the 6 foot social distancing and reach out and touch a weapon as well.
Fantastic. Okay, now you guys have been all locked up, and what have you been up to?
Eric, you want to start that one?
Yeah, so we're locked down and we're working harder than ever. And our amazing product and dev team, Jim, they've just been pounding out these amazing updates, these enhancements. So we've got there's a ton of them, but we're just gonna run through a few of them here. We've got brand new car automation. We've got used car automation. So we're at the point now where basically there's never a reason now for any of our customers to ever not have all of their vehicles merchandised. And when I say that, I'm talking payments, prices, APRs, disclaimers, CTAs, everything that's needed. Then we've got additional technology that we built in to make the pricing consistent with all the incentives. We've got incredible reporting that we're using for internal trends and external for our, for all of our customers. We've got this fantastic rate table that works behind the scenes to be able to merchandise these things even faster. And then, just the standard type of updates where we're just making things a lot easier to use. If the dealer does in fact want to go into the back end, we're just cleaning things up and things like that. But as you keep going through this, Jim, we'll highlight some of the more specific items. But again, there's just so much more. So if anybody is a customer and you haven't heard this, just reach out. We'll walk them through it. Anybody that's new, obviously, we'll be more than happy, and we're happy to show those off to you. It's stuff that nobody's ever seen before, quite honestly.
Okay, so every dealer in the world should have automated marketing. I believe that. And when you've got individual units, not only maximized for Google, but exactly the way the customer's shopping. If they're looking for a lease and you just serve them up a car, that's what most dealers are doing, or most alleged SEO experts are doing.
Absolutely. There's a key factor to that. If you go to the next one, I think we can cover this topic on this next slide. One of the biggest things that we learned, Jim, it was right in front of us, in terms of what are the dealer, trying to figure out what the dealers needed. And this screen symbolizes it perfectly in terms of having the right tool and at the right time. And that's what dealers really need from us. But again, in terms of what we learned, from all of our campaigns, we analyzed over 1.5 million campaigns last year, and that is helping us obviously give better data back to the customer, back to the dealer, because what do they want? They want to make sure that their hard-earned money, their budgets essentially, is being spent better. They've got great ideas, they've got bad ideas, but the point is they want to make sure that those ideas are actually executing, and they are the right ideas for the right time, based on that data. Unfortunately, most of the vendors out there, I hate to say it, but they're not helping the dealers make the better decisions based on those opportunities. So one key thing I'll point out, we've got these, we call them unspecified searches. Everybody knows it, Ford dealer near me, okay? Well, we've learned those are actually very, very, solid terms, even though they're not being specific with their intent. And so we fix that by being able to incorporate in more of that pricing data, the offers, the payments, the leases, the zero down, whatever it might be. And just like Sean said, we've got more ads than ever, and it's way more than that actually. And so we have an inventory that is able to match at any specific time to be able to give, to give the customer what they want, even though, Jim, they didn't put it into the search. So even though you might search Ford dealer near me, in their mind, they're thinking, I would eventually probably like to get a Ford Explorer. Maybe I'll lease it. But again, even though they didn't type it in, so the way I like to say it is our ads and our content, it's not just the paid ad, it's the organic results, it's the social media, it's the email. Our content actually acts as the catalyst for conversion. We're the reason why that's speeding that process up. Does that make sense, Jim? Did I explain that right?
It does to me, but let's see. Anybody on the sidebar saying anything about it? Okay. No comments.
The goal, again, the takeaway here is, Jim, that we wanted to make sure that we're leveraging all this data. We've got so much at our fingertips. So let's use it smarter. And we've got some incredible people, obviously, on the dev and the product team that help us just understand this better so we can create things faster. We can do it at scale. We can make it stable. It doesn't break. Obviously, compliance is a huge piece of that. Doing all this stuff, it takes time. It's costly. So this is just the way that we've have to approach it with all this data here, so that we can again make it easier. So the dealer can go about their business and then just understand that, knowing behind the scenes, they've got this automation tool that works seamlessly behind them, behind the scenes. So everything is optimized, everything is merchandised, everything is distributed out, and it's all trackable. And then knowing that they've got the customer service and support to be able to, again, guide them back with the right decisions. So it's one thing to call somebody up and be like, hey, you know what? I'd like to do this for my Ford store. And then just have an order taker be like, all right, fine. We'll put this ad in. We'll do this. We'll create this. Well, what if what they're putting in place, Jim, is an old school tactic, or it's not set up properly? It's not trackable. So what we did was we moved forward with this, and now we've got this beautiful array of data that we were pushing out in this update. Sean, you want to talk a little bit about this?
So this is taking all of the data from all of our lead sources. So Facebook ads, marketplace, GMB, SEO, YouTube videos, email displays, email campaigns, retargeting, and puts it in one dashboard so we can see exactly. This example at Stapleton Ford, they had a budget of $26,857. Where did we spend it? What did they get for it? What was the return on investment? What is the percentage of change? What was the impressions? What was their cost per click? What positions were they looking to try to get in? Where do we get to? How many leads do we get? How many units sold? How many dollars? Really simple. One location. Why are we doing this? Because dealers need to know where their money is being spent and how. And what we've done, Jim, is we've learned to optimize a dealer's digital marketing stronger than ever before. And what you're going to notice about our technology now, Jim, is it does it by itself. So if you choose not to come to work tomorrow, all of your new car pricing is updated automatically. Your landing pages are perfect. They're updated for SEO, SEM, with your video content, and with your offers on it, whether you go to work or not. Every inventory feed that comes in, it automatically runs it against the rate table. It will build you a lease, a finance, an APR. It will take your tier 2 incentives and rebates and automatically put it in the pricing for you according how the dealer wants it done. It's called a rate table. And the dealers set it all up just like a desking tool, and it builds all of your merchandising completely automatically for you in real time.
Fantastic. So all the incentives, and I mean, the manufacturer's incentives are, confusing.
Yes.
And how accurate is it?
It's to the penny. So here's the thing. We work with a lot of OEMs, about 10 now, with one gigantic one about to be announced. We'll announce it on your show in less than 30 days, Jim. But yeah, we're going to bet 30. We have a great big announcement. Dealer Teamwork said some incredible last 90 days, but we can't say it yet. The attorney's got me, saying no yet. We're going to say it on your show. But imagine getting every piece of inventory, new and used, and having it automatically land on a landing page. Here's what we know. We know landing pages drive higher conversion. There's no arguing. A good landing page, not a microsite, not a frame in, drives better SEO and SEM. So you got to have that. You got to have all of your ads be relevant. So if I type in again, Audi Q7 lease, it shouldn't say call us for the best price. It shouldn't say family owned. It shouldn't say lots of selection. It should answer the question. A Q7 lease is, and put it right in your paid search. And when you click on the button, it should take you directly to the dealer's website, not a third-party website, not a third-party lead provider.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Your
Oh
website.
God. All these alleged lead stealers, lead providers, they talk about, we're going to give you a VDP. VDP my ass. They're not putting the customer on your vehicle description page. They're putting them on their own website with 3 other dealers on the sidebar. I mean, car gurus got caught red-handed referring your customers to Carvana. I mean, these people are not reputable. They're not honorable. And, you know, I am so sick of lead providers talking about their VDPs when it's actually a page on their own damn website with other ads on the sidebar trying to steal your finance. Quit it.
We never take traffic. Every piece of traffic we do, whether it comes from email campaigns, social media campaigns, or Google, always goes to the dealer's website. We never believe in taking traffic off a dealer's website ever.
Okay, every lead provider in the world is taking the traffic off of the dealer's website, putting it on their own website, and referring your customers elsewhere.
We don't do that. We don't have.
For.
Yes, we don't have a website that's got other people's inventory on it. Everything we do is for the dealer on the dealer's website. We optimize their website to get better performance for SEO and SEM. We tie the paid search, we tie email, we tie Facebook, we tie Instagram and other things like that always in. When you click on the ad, either submits a lead instantly or allows you to go directly to the dealer's website exactly to where they want it in real time to the penny.
Look who's here.
Stan, good to see you, buddy.
Stan!
He's in love. Good to see you, Stan. He got a new car, too. He's driving a convertible.
No.
Yeah, he's looking good in it. I saw him the other day.
Yeah, moving
smoking
on,
a cigar, driving a
up.
convertible.
Moving on up. Anyway, excuse my little rant there, but I am so excited to be a friend. And by the way, this is Sean Stapleton from Dealer Teamwork, and sitting in the wings over here is my other little buddy,
Eric.
There he is. Eric Miltsch. Okay. These stats, you want me to put a full page of the stats on the screen?
Sure, if you want. This is an example.
But you won't be able to talk over it. So I'm going to take you off.
Okay.
And I'll put you right back. But I'm going to put the stats on full screen for a second.
Sure. The same dollar amount. Not all leads are worth the same ROI. The better I can manage your money, the longer you'll love me. Here's an example of local SEO. Here's an example of the new car automation. So new cars, used cars are automatically priced to the penny with a dynamic disclaimer, a dynamic CTA on a dynamic landing page on the dealer's website, perfectly with SEO. are pushing and what the incentives in their local market are. And it's to the penny. You can change it as often as you want. There's no fee for changing, updating, selecting, or adding video. Doesn't matter. I hope people take an opportunity to jump on and do a deep dive. Call James Klaus, call Eric, get a free audit so we can see and show you exactly where your money's being spent, what we'd recommend. If you like what you're hearing, then we'll do a full product overview and show you what the MPOP does. You know, these are just examples. There's your Facebook business page. There's your Yelp results. There's the number of impressions. You know, you could do this for Marketplace as well, which is where we put all used car inventory on Marketplace. It's like the old Craigslist. You know, it's automatically syndicated to Marketplace. We get a lot of leads at a really low cost per impression and a really low cost per lead. It's one of the stronger channels out there. You've probably heard that before. The MPOP, why we built it, is to make it easier on our dealers, make less work on our dealers, make it faster, and ultimately generate better leads that close at a higher clip. So we're a lead provider that does the work for you. So here's old school. If I would type in Ford dealer, Rochester, New York, what am I looking for? I'm looking for a Ford dealer near Rochester. If your ad comes up and says biggest savings of the year, right? Or family owned, that's not relevant. That's old school hockey. It doesn't have an offer. It doesn't have a price. It doesn't feature a vehicle. It doesn't have the standard extensions. Come on. We can do so much better than this. If your ad looks like this today, you need to call us. You are wasting your money. Now click the next slide, Jim. What should the ad look like? It should actually answer the questions. Here's a banner ad. Man, most of these banner ads, they're not even worth the time it takes to create it. And they land on a VDP that doesn't answer the question. If I type in Ford F-150 lease and I land on a VDP like this, there's not even a lease information on the page. What I'm going to do, hit the back button and leave. That's a waste of money and time. Okay? So what do? You drop them on a relevant page that matches the search intent. So Audi service, Audi new car lease A5, F-150, Chevy Silverado. Like here, look at this, Jim. Ford F-150 lease. Look at that ad. That ad is not great. Why? Because it's not a lease payment. 0 for 84 is a finance. So they're using a finance hook to bring someone that's looking for a lease. Not a bad ad, but not as good as it should be. That ad should say, your Ford F-150 lease is, and it should give you the options. And when you click on it, it should take you exactly to the page on your website that matches to the penny. Not close. It must match to the penny. So what did we solve? We set out to solve new and used car merchandising. Today, it's really hard to do. It's hard to update your website. It's hard to keep your incentives going, right? So the tool does that. We want to optimize for organic search via landing pages, dynamic paid search on social media, as well as, right, Google, Bing, Facebook, etc. Email marketing. Everyone's got a great email list. So why aren't we emailing out the specials, the offers, the incentives, the buybacks? Why isn't that stuff in there? It should be, because it's hard. You get a certified account manager whose job is to make you money. If you don't make money, they don't make as much money. And we're focused on the outcomes. So if you want to sell 75 F-150s, you should know what the plan is with your digital spend, clicks, leads, etc., to get enough leads for 75 new F-150s. And we must be compliant, and we must have all the disclosures. This is really hard to do. The incentives are going to increase, not decrease. The disclaimers and compliance is going to get harder, not easier. So why not have a marketing automation tool that does it for you, keeps you compliant? Even in the state of California, you should see those disclaimers. They're about that long, but God bless, they're legal, right? Put all this together. That's the MPOP. So dealers should be focused on meet, greet, put in the seat. 90% of the deals feel the wheel. If you want to get more deals, let them feel the wheel. It's a simple deal. It's pretty simple, guys.
Good stuff, Sean. Good stuff.
I learned that from Jim.
Oh, boy. Let's see what else we have.
Did you say that, Jim? Meet, greet, put in the seat. 90% of the deals feel the wheel. You want more deals? Let them feel the wheel. It's a simple deal.
There was a time I could probably say that.
I think part of that I got from you.
90. Yeah. Oh, man.
Remember, for everyone who doesn't know, Jim Ziegler, you taught me desking. I'm going to say something crazy. They were CDs. Way back. Remember those things on the CD?
Well, you knew me after VHS tapes.
I'm looking at me. I got gray in my beard. I'm an old guy.
You don't remember my cassette sets, my cassette audio sets.
The first one, I got a picture. You're doing this kind of thing. You got.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You got more money on your left hand than most people make in a year. I got your net worth from here up. You used to say, maybe you should sit in the front row and shut the hell up. I got your net worth from here to here. And if you're really good, I can move to the other finger. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, son, I appreciate that you know the car business and you're an expert. You've been in the business, 4 months? I got $100,000 on my left hand. Shut up. Got your net worth right here. Shut up.
You did that to me for years, and I loved it. You became my instant hero the day you did it to me. It's the only guy I can say gave me the finger, and I loved him more.
It was hilarious because I was doing a keynote speech for the Boston Globe newspaper, nothing to do with the car business, and I wear a big white Timex on my right hand. And somebody in the audience said, "Mr. Ziegler, why are you wearing two watches?" I said, "Well, this one has a big white dial. It's a Timex, so I can see it. Now this is a Rolex, so you can see it." No problem. Different days. I've had people say, "Ziegler, why don't you stop and smell the roses?" I said, people that tell me that generally can't afford any damn roses.
I love what I do, Jim. I love working. I love helping dealers. I love listening. I love learning from people like you and Jason, other people that are on this, on this podcast. Look what we've solved, Jim. When we created dealer teamwork, no one was doing this. The amount of people that are trying to copy and say they do the same thing. If you pick up your paid search vendor right now, everyone's going to say, "We have an MPOP." No, you don't. You don't have the same because it's patented, Jim. There's a patent on the technology we have. So if they got it, cool. Then they get to hear from my attorney next, right? But
Jim, if anybody does make that claim, whether it's to our face, to your face, behind the back, it doesn't matter. All anybody needs to say is, all right, just show me what that tool looks like. Show me how that actually has a workflow like that. We're not trying to be jerks about it. We're just trying to say, fine, let's take a look at it. Let's compare that. That's a fair statement to a fair request. Let's leave it at that. But 10 times out of 10, Jim, nobody is going to be able to come to the table with a solution that works on this same premise. Sure, I'll admit it. Sean will agree as well. There are a lot of other great solutions out there that do singular activities. Okay, and our goal obviously was to consolidate, make it easier, make it simpler even. The dealers don't have time. If I buy a sports car, I don't really care how the engine works. I care that it works really well and it's super fast and it does exactly what I want it to do. That's what our platform is capable of doing. It's not rocket science. It's not difficult, but the point is, if anybody is saying out there that they can do these things, just line them up side by side.
On your show. Tell them we're going to go on Ziegler's show. We're going to log into the URL, and we're going to look at it together. That's a live screenshot of the inside of the MPOP. So people buying advertising and people doing SEO and SEM, who's doing it? How are you doing it? And the thing that we did, Jim, that's so different, we didn't build it for any platform. So I don't care if you have 50 stores or 3 stores or 1 store. The MPOP works on all website platforms. So I'm not worried about dealer.com. I'm not worried about these other people building the same type of stuff because they only build it for their ecosystem. We built this to make everybody's ecosystem better. So yes, it works on a dealer.com website. Yes, it works on a Dealer Inspire. Yes, it works on a Dealer Fire. Yes, it works on a Homemade website. Yes, it works on a CDK website. It works on all of those. Because if you're like a Jennifer Briggs or you're like a Dave Reikus and you're managing multiple points, you got to have a tool that crosses multiple people's sources, multiple people's website. Think about some of our customers like Penske and Prime and Reichert and Kasarik, and we have some really big customers, right? When they go in, the internet manager goes in or calls their client service person. They click the button. It should update the Chevy page. It should update the Porsche page. It should update the Volkswagen page. It should and update the Ford page, the Kia page. It should do all of them. It shouldn't just do one, and it shouldn't matter whose website it is. It should do it all in one location, making it easier on the dealership, making it faster, and making the ability for them to waste less money and get better leads. Lower funnel leads, high quality that close. We call it COPE. Create once, publish everywhere. So build it in the back of the tool, push the button, send it to Facebook, send it to email, send it to your website, send it to Google, send it to your SEO, send it to your GMB. It should go to all those. So how do you get started? Let's do it with a website audit. Let's take a look and see how well the things are working today. Let's go look at your Google My Business. And let's
Wait a minute. I'm looking at something here that says Ziegler endorsed pricing. What is that all about?
Yeah, well, you and I have always done the same thing. Jim, if you refer a friend to us, okay, we're going to guarantee them the best pricing possible. But if they don't feel that they got the value of the MPOP, okay, we'll give them their money back for the MPOP. Let me say it again, Jim. If they sign up for Dealer Teamwork, which is a 30-day agreement, and they don't feel the MPOP did exactly what we promised, we will give them their money back for the MPOP.
Wait a minute. 100% guaranteed money
100%
back?
guaranteed, no games at all, no bullshit.
And this is just based if they don't think they got the value.
Yep. Why shouldn't I? There's plenty of customers out there. We got plenty of customers. I want the right customers. So if someone wants to take advantage of us to screw us over, you can do that once. If we drop the ball, you don't deserve it. You don't deserve to have to pay. So you get in there, we do an audit. You say, I really like this. Is it going to save me time? Is it going to generate more leads? Is it going to help me do my job better? Is it going to help me after this pandemic do more with less? The answer is yes. And if they believe you and I and our reputation this much, and they sign up for a 30-day commitment on Dealer Teamwork, let's say they pay $2,000 for the MPOP, okay? And they don't think it's worth it, we will give them their $2,000 back at the end of the month. Is that fair, Eric?
Eric?
Absolutely.
That's how we do it, Jim. And you're the gatekeeper, Jim. And if someone calls and doesn't believe us, you send me an email and you copy us both on it. We'll put it publicly on Facebook.
Okay, well, I basically have 150,000 friends and followers on the social media. Most of them, let's say that some of the people on LinkedIn are also the same people on Facebook or same people on YouTube, So maybe I got some redundant people. Let's say we could boil that down to 100,000 unique different people. That's a lot of people.
So let's cap it at 50 for the first month. So if 50 people from this broadcast or future broadcasts want to take advantage of that offer, we'll do it. And the only reason why we won't do more is Jim, we have 10 OEM endorsements in 3 years. We have more than 500 normal retail customers, and we've done thousands and thousands of customer projects for OEMs.
Are you co-op approved?
We are co-op approved for everybody but GM. We're working on GM right now. We are co-op approved for BMW, Mini, Mercedes-Benz, Ford Motor Company, many of them, right? Kia. FCA across the board, every brand, 100%. We do a lot of work for them. They're a fantastic organization. They got a lot of young talent. And they got some great product. The other company that I'm telling you is really on the edge of greatness, Ford Motor Company. They've taken their lumps lately, but man, they got great product. They got great dealers. I think Ford Motor Company is a heck of a buy right now. I saw Farley, bought 1 million shares of Ford with his own money the other day. That's putting your money where your mouth is. And
I love Jim Farley. I love Jim Farley. I tell you, Mark LeNave, great friend as well. The hierarchy at Ford has got it way over some of the other manufacturers.
They really do
right now.
So Jim, again, let's do this. If any of your customers say it's too good to be true, take us for a test drive. Prove it. Send us an email. Send it to you. Send it to me. Send it to Eric. Send it to James. We'll get on the phone. We'll confirm it. We'll do an audit. It usually takes between 3 and 6 days to do an audit. Sometimes like right now we're backed up a little bit. Our business is going very well. Why? Because we don't take a percentage of the media fee. We treat the customers right. We don't believe in long-term customers or contracts, I should say. and we treat our customers well so they stick with us. And most of our leads now come from existing customers. We got a lot of people on this video right now that are our customers right now, a lot of them. And they would give you 2 thumbs up if you ask, how's dealer teamwork?
Well, by the way, big guy, I'm hoping everybody that's watching this broadcast will take a moment right now and share it with your contacts. You know, we generally get 30, 40, 50 people on the initial broadcast. And then all of a sudden, when I start putting it around social media, we get as many as 10,000 unique different people. You know, I mean, the views just go through the roof because people watch it on their own time schedule. So, Eric, how you want to close this thing out, Eric?
I think it's important for everybody to know the simple uniqueness that we've created in this platform, Jim, that just can't be found anywhere else, and the ability for it to instantly create the competitive local advantage for the dealer. And like Sean said, it fits any platform, fits any CRM, fits into any process. Doesn't matter what brand, what location, how many rooftops. We work with every single process out there. And it's not one broad stroke applies to everybody. It has to be a custom approach. We learn with you, you learn with us together, and then that's where the teamwork comes from. And I have to hang the hat on the customer support. We learned a lot from Sean from day one when we brought him in. He's got so much experience with those other companies, and he said something really special. And it was the one thing, if he could do all of his other startups over again, that he really wanted to focus in on baking into the DNA, the customer service, and that also ties back to the culture that we created the company. Because if we take care of the customer, the employees, they'll take care of the customers, and then that's where we built the foundation on. So it has to start there. And again, we're not perfect, but we strive to be, and we strive to deliver that. And that's where it comes from. We're very lucky, Jim, that we get to do what we do every day. Especially that old adage, we get paid for what we get to do without calling it work. This is awesome. We get to do this and actually help dealers. That's how I lay my head down on the pillow every night, knowing that we're actually helping them. Those are good. Those are good things to walk away with. So that's my 2 cents.
Well, I'll tell you, like I say, excuse me. When I started recommending dealer teamwork to my dealers, and there's a lot of vendors out there that I'm very vocal that are, Lenny Balabi is my attorney. I've had to defend myself more than once for things I said about bad vendors. It's amazing because I generally tell it the way I see it. If I was a criminal, I could be a lot wealthier.
Every day. Well, we appreciate the support, Jim. You've always been there for us. You're a great friend, and we're happy that you're healthy. And everything that you've done, beyond that, even for the community, everybody loves you. You know that. But we, Sean and I, and everybody at Dealer Teamwork always appreciate the love and support that you give to us. You've been a great support mechanism for us, and we can't thank you enough for that. And times like these are special, and it's great to see you. Glad, like you said, glad you're healthy. So thank you very much.
We got to explain Dealer Teamwork to the audience. We've been on for 58 minutes. I think we're just 59 minutes. We almost knocked out an hour. Hey, Mike McVeigh's on the sidebar there. So we got some we got some lurkers out there that aren't commenting, but they're lurking. Okay. 1 hour Dealer Teamwork. Call right now. Get a free audit of your marketing. We'll show you what money you're wasting, what money isn't working, what vendors are. Well, never mind. Anyway, get an audit from these guys. These guys are. Every dealer that's had the Dealer Teamwork audit of your marketing has thanked me, even whether they bought the Dealer Teamwork program or not. People saying, Ziegler, that was eye-opening. That was amazing. I had no idea we were wasting that much money. So let's get on it. Listen, guys, have a great one.
God bless. Thank you, Jim.
Thanks, Jim. Thanks, everybody, for watching.